What's going on, family? It's your boy Rod SideQuest here, back with another video. So I've been to 28 countries, all right? I want to tell y'all a little bit about what I've learned. So, number one, the religion of that country dictates what people value in life. Let's say, for instance, America, Christian country, we're a lot more conservative when it comes to sexual inclinations, especially on media. Now, let's say a country like Thailand, they're a little more loose, especially when it comes to sexual inclinations on their media and the TV. You'll see people in the BTS advertisements just looking a little more scantily dressed, women and men, not so much in America. And also, depending on where you're at, if you're in the conservative parts of America, you'll see people not even wearing skirts, not even showing their legs. In Kansas, Oklahoma, I've seen it before. In Thailand, if you're by the beach, people are a little more liberal. In Bangkok and other big cities, Chiang Mai, they're a little more conservative with the way they dress. That's just something to keep in mind. All right, so number two that I got for you guys is that McDonald's sucks in every country. I hate to break it to you, and also I'm kind of surprised how it's the #1 fast food brand in the world, yet it's constantly bad no matter where I go. I don't understand how. I've had McDonald's at least in 20 countries I've been to, and the last time I had an enjoyable meal was 14 years ago in Florida before I joined the military. And I remember the last time I had McDonald's was in Istanbul, and I just wanted to get a nice McDouble with fries and a drink. And the fries were just so stale. The meat was basically unbearable in the burger. I know many of you guys are thinking, well, obviously the food is gonna suck in McDonald's, but I just like to compare McDonald's around different countries and see if you could find a new item that might not be in your home country. For example, when I was in Germany, I saw chicken wings, fried chicken wings on the McDonald's menu. We don't have that in America. And let me tell you, that was actually, I would say it's a 5 out of 10. Definitely not 10 out of 10. Definitely not something I would say for someone to go out of their way to get. You're just better off getting the traditional local food. And it took me a long time to realize that. Remember, local food always is better than McDonald's. All right, so the third lesson that I've learned is that people are friendly regardless of politics or national conflict. Locals are always interested in conversation, especially in smaller towns. Let's say, for example, all right, so the Ukraine situation with Russia. I have quite a few Ukrainian friends here in Thailand and Russian friends. And I actually know Russian and Ukrainian people that are friends here. Let's say that's not really possible back in the home country. When I was in Serbia in Belgrade, I was talking to my Airbnb host and then her neighbor. And her neighbor actually gave me some of her spices and some of her foods, traditional Serbian foods to let me have. And she gave me something that was oh my goodness, I already forgot the name, but it was like a paste made of bell peppers, and you could use that as a smear on top of bread and for other things. Basically, I've always had a better learning experience about the place whenever I talk to local compared to a traveler like yourself. If you're staying in a hostel, you might not have the same type of experience as if you're couch surfing with a local. If you're trying to couch surf, look up Couchsurf. That's a real good website to use. There's other apps that you can find out. I myself have done couch surfing in the past, but now I'm at a place where I really just want to have my own privacy, either in a hotel room or Airbnb. Just remember, people are friendly everywhere you go. You don't have to worry about getting into situations unless you're going into nightlife or unless you know you're going into a dangerous country yourself. Other than that, if you stick during the daytime, hit the roads, you'll be fine. You know, one thing I've learned from being in the military for 6 years is that some things are better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. And travel insurance is definitely one of those things. I just came back from a trip of 3 months to Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. Bogota, Guayaquil, and Lima. All three cities are kind of somewhat dangerous, known for the level of crime. I myself am not a huge adventurous person. I'm not going to go skydiving. I'm not going to do anything like that ever again. But I will say, if I'm in a city that is known for violence, I don't want to be there unless I have travel insurance. You see, I have a somewhat nice Casio. I didn't wear this in Colombia. I left this home in Thailand, and I wore a nice little cheap $10 digital Casio instead, just so I can avoid getting stopped by guys that are wanting to rob me. Also, in Colombia, I was not able to use my phone out in public, let's say as in the United States, anywhere in Europe, or here in Thailand. That's something you got to keep in mind, because I've seen and met people that got robbed in Colombia. I didn't visually see a robbery in progress, but I've met people and talked to them about them getting robbed in Colombia. Now, depending on if you have your items covered, you can actually get reimbursed through travel insurance. I use Safety Wing. Look, guys, you don't want to find yourself in a sticky situation, end up in hospital, and then you can't cover the medical bills. I actually met a gentleman, another veteran Marine that lives out here in Thailand, and he got into a motorbike accident. He, one, didn't have an international driver's permit, and two, he didn't have a Thai driver's license. He was just riding a bike. So he had to pay out of pocket for his own injuries, and a car sideswiped him, broke his elbow, and I think everything cost about 8,000 USD altogether. So that wasn't fun. That kind of set him back. He had to go back to his sister's house to live in Virginia for a couple months. Now he's back in Thailand. I don't think he has insurance still. But if he did have travel insurance, he would be able to get that covered. And also, you guys, please get your international driver's permit. Get right with the law when it comes to driving, because you're going to find yourself in some sticky situation, and all of a sudden you got to jump through more hurdles. Remember, it's easier to do it the right way than the long way. One of the best pieces of advice that I have for you guys is that when you're traveling, you can get more out of the country that you're going to by avoiding the capital city and just heading to the second, third, or even fifth biggest city. Even better if you just go to towns and avoid the big cities altogether. Let me give you an example. When I was in Serbia, I went to Belgrade, Novi Sad. They were great. However, I can't remember the name anymore. My local Serbian friend, he took me outside of the city center, Novi Sad, went to the village where he grew up. We had a good meal with his mother. And then, man, we were just walking around. He told me about Serbian history. And then afterwards, he took me to an underground area outside of Novi Sad, where basically it was like these tunnels. There was a well inside of it. And he said it was going for kilometers, miles and miles, just underground. And it's open to the public to go access. However, you can get lost in there very easily. I would have never gotten the experience if I didn't go back with my Serbian friend to his mom's house and had that meal. I wasn't going to get that kind of experience in Belgrade, I can tell you that much. So like I said, guys, I've been in 28 countries. I'm going to make new videos about what I've learned. After I get to 30 countries, 40, 50, 60, 80, you know the deal. 29th country will be Japan. I'll get there August 7th. I'm going to stay in Tokyo for a couple of days, and then I already got my train pass, which I got for 500 USD roughly, for 2 weeks. Unlimited travel through the Shinkansen and some other smaller lines. I'm going to go from Tokyo all the way to Fukuoka, Japan. Then from there, go to Kagoshima, then to Oita, and do some onsen stuff. I'm going to be making videos all along the way. On the train, of the hotels, of the onsens that I'm staying at. So man, like I said earlier, 28 countries, I've learned a lot so far. Why don't you guys let me know what you've learned after traveling too? Name some of your favorite countries. Let's build a community here together, all right? Because I want to show off the world and everything that I can see and everything that I can learn. I want to take you guys there with me. Thanks for watching this video. Have a good one.